And welcome back. I'm just up here at the house. I've just been working the farm a little bit to come up with some more bread. And as you can see, I've expanded it some. And I'll be expanding it more later. But for right now, I'm going to head back down into the mine. And I think I'm actually close to being able to come up with a decent amount of slimes. I have gotten a few more. I think I'm up to 15 now. And I figure that puts me within a stack or so of what I actually want. And, well, let's see. The first thing is that I've been working the second level of the branch mine. And, in fact, one side of the second level, well, here we're almost here, so stop off. This one side of the second level of the branch mine, I have done all of these branches all the way up here until the lava provides a reason to stop. So, I have also been busy down on the first level a little bit. Not mining any more branches because that sucker's completely mined out. But I have cleared everything on this side of the ladder. Absolutely everything. And I've done the math on this, and if the ceiling were high enough, you could put Texas Stadium and part of the parking lot in this space. It's that big. You figure there's 3 blocks for the central corridor, plus 64 blocks that way, and 64 blocks that way. It's 131 blocks. A block is 1 meter, and this thing is easily a good 30 or 40 blocks wide. So you could put an awful lot of space, of stuff in here. And as I said, there hasn't been a whole lot of slime spawning. I'm up to, what is it? I think it's 15. Yes, 15 slime balls. And basically that's because the ones that have been spawning here are the 2 smallest sizes. The tiny ones and the ones just one size up from that splits off into 2 or 3 tiny ones. And the reason for that is the ceiling height. It's only 2 blocks high. The larger ones can't spawn in here because there isn't enough headroom. So I propose to solve that issue by coming up here on the second floor, and I'm going to do the same thing up here that I did on the floor below, and that is I'm going to take out these walls between the branches, but I'm going to take one more step beyond that, of course, and I'm going to take out the floor as well. And that will give headroom for the larger slimes to spawn. Naturally, I have to be careful and avoid turning the lava loose, but other than that, that's what I'm going to do. Take out the branches, the branch walls, and the floors. All the way back to the ladder. And that should give me enough slime spawning to fulfill my slime needs. So I'm going to go ahead and get working on that. I have it on very good authority that it's not going to be very fun to watch. So I'm not going to make anyone watch it. I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and I'll check back in with a status report later on.
Well, as you can see, my problem of obtaining slimes is cured. And as soon as I take care of these little guys, I'll show you the progress on digging out the secondary level up there. It has been quite a while since the last clip that just ended. As a matter of fact, it has been just over a week since I recorded that, and since I went in and cleared out the secondary branch mine level in this area, making room for the larger slimes. And the reason it's been so long is that shortly after recording that, I managed to come down with a really nasty summer cold, and I'm still not over it yet, and I'm still having a lot of coughing issues, which I'm going to do the very best I can to keep it off camera, which is why you may notice a lot of sudden little jump cuts. As you can see, I now have at least a reasonable amount of slimes, enough to get started with, and to do some testing to decide exactly how high up to build this mop system. Okay, I said welcome back because it has been quite a while. The first clip you saw in this video so far was recorded back on the 8th, and then the second clip was recorded on the 14th, I believe it was. And as I record this one, it is now the 25th. It's been a long time. It's been a very sick time. There's been a lot of coughing and throwing up and all kinds of fun things like that. And the result of it has been that there's been a big chunk of that time that I have barely been able to speak at all. And as you can tell, my voice still is not even close to being back to normal. However, I have progressed far enough that I can at least function for a reasonable amount of time without coughing and gagging and being interrupted for all of that kind of nonsense. So therefore, I'm back at it. As you can see, my slime problem is not near what it was. I have been able to acquire a reasonable amount of slime. As a matter of fact, I've got just over a stack on me, and I think there's some more in the chest here, so let's go take a look. It's actually been a little over a week since I've started this game up, so let's see. Alright, I got all my slimes on me. Alright. So, there is enough slime. There is plenty of redstone, plenty of iron and coal. I need a fair amount of gold. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up some pistons and then head up to the surface and start doing some initial tests of basically what kind of mob tower situation is going to work good in this area, or with this version, because I know there's been some changes. I know that with the developments of the 1.0 releases and 1.2 releases and so on, that you know, with the world being able to be so much higher. Alright, that's a decent start. And let's go ahead and sticky these things. with the world maximum height being so much higher now, the one thought is to be able to have the mop tower up so much higher from the ground, sufficiently so that caves and whatnot underground would not affect it. The question is, how high up will mobs spawn? I mean, will they spawn at y equals 150 or y equals 200? That would be great if they would. But if not, then it's going to be the more traditional problem with having to deal with lighting up all the caves and whatnot and all the surface area in order to make the thing effective at all. So, I'm going to hop up here to the house, sleep till day, and then we'll stop down and start doing some mob tower experiments. And it looks like somebody has eaten my door. And I wasn't even up here. Isn't that a mess? So, note to self, zombies will destroy your door, even if you're not there. And no, I don't want to put an iron door up. They're too much of a pain in the butt to open with that requirement for having a button or something to open it. Alright. Okay. Alright, I am going to just, let's see, where are we at altitude-wise? 114. Alright. As you might guess, there has been another several days passed since the last clip. And it's been rather a pain in more ways than one. But I am not giving up on this thing. You may notice a bunch of lag here, and it really can't be helped because once I've managed to get over the worst of this sickness, I have encountered some hardware problems in that I can't seem to run Minecraft with any kind of accelerated graphics mode because my graphics card is failing rather miserably, I would say. So, I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. I've managed to get things working, which is more than I had. And at the moment, that will be enough. As frustrating as the lag is, at least the system is working. This is the first time in about 4 days that I've been able to get Minecraft to start at all. So, it's at least better than it was. Now, what I'm about here is doing a little bit of mob tower testing to see just how high you can put these things and have the mobs still spawn in them. So, I'm going to pillar up here quite a ways. Let's see. I'm going to aim for about 128, I think, for the first test. No, I think I'm going to go higher than that. Say about 140. If they'll spawn at 140, then that will eliminate a lot of caves and whatnot from having an effect on it. Okay, here we are at 140. Oh, no, not screenshot button. It's too close to F3. Alright, let's just do something very, very basic here. And how far have I gone? Alright, one more, and then the wall. Okay, just going to make this a few blocks wide. That'll be enough. Okay, good, I brought more cobble. Alrighty. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and fill in the floor here. Okay, I was just thinking about this, and I think I'm going about this the wrong way. Because assuming this thing works, I'm going to want to use pistons to push these guys off the edge as soon as they spawn. And what I've been building is something very similar to the trap that I used in Skyblock, and that's not going to do. So, let's redesign this a little bit. And one more row here. Alright. Surprisingly, that actually needs to be there, I think. Actually, that one doesn't matter. What I do have to do is head back down and cook up some smooth stone and make a bunch of redstone repeaters to go with my pistons. So I'll go ahead and do that, make up a few more pistons while I'm at it, and I'll be back in a bit. Alright, now I've got my repeaters, and I also took some time to harvest up some more wood. And let's see, I'm going to throw a torch or two down here because I don't want anything spawning up here just yet. Not that it will, because it's all within 24 blocks of me. But anyway. Alright. This stuff I need to go ahead and take back down because I didn't need it. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut this stuff down, and then I'll get that down to actually putting together something that resembles a trap. Okay, got this straightened out now. Go ahead and move that torch there, get rid of this one and this one. Alright, now pistons. I went ahead and made a few more of those up too. Like so. And then repeaters. Like so. And then I'll put a line of pressure plates down here when I'm ready for that to happen. And now I'm going to duplicate this on the other side. And this is just a temporary block so I can get there. Yeah. that far wall a little bit too far out, didn't I? Oh well. No, I don't need that one. Okay. Go ahead and fill this in. And apply pistons to it. Maybe I should eat something first. Alright, now we'll pistonize it. Okay. And again with the repeaters. And cobblestone here. Basic idea. Mob spawns on a pressure plate. It activates repeater. Repeater energizes that block, which powers the piston and causes it to push out and shove the sucker down over the open pit here, which is what this area will be. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the top of this thing open so that during daytime hours I can actually come up here and, well, actually no, I can't leave the top open. Alright, let's go ahead and cover it up then. Good thing I brought some extra cobble. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this big enough for Enderman to spawn in here. And that way maybe I can get a few Ender Pearls out of it. Not that I have a shortage of them back at the main base, mind you. Just for general principles. Equality and mob killing and so on. Equal opportunity mob killing. There you go. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fill this in, get the roof on it, and I'll be back. Alrighty, we have our enclosure, our roof is in place. And all I need to do now is get up some pressure plates. Probably a few more than that. Alright, that ought to be enough. Now hopefully this will work and that these guys will spawn at this altitude. Okay, pressure plate system works. Anybody standing on that one would have been shoved off. Alright, knock that out. Okay. Now all I need to do is dig my way down and go ahead and close up the side here. Well, here I am at the desert floor, looking up at our trap, and so far nothing is happening, and I am on hard difficulty. So, I'm going to kind of hang out here for a while, give this thing some time, at least a full day-night cycle, to see if anything happens. And then we'll see if a mob trap at Y140 will work. I know a while back Doc M77 did one with the trap at Y200 and it worked great, but then I remember seeing something about mob spawning above 128 not working sometime after that, so we're going to find out if it works. And if it doesn't, I'll bring the thing down to, say, well, Y120 or so. But I kind of wanted to have it higher up to eliminate caves and whatnot from affecting it. Alright, I have now been in this area here waiting for things to spawn up there for 3 full game days, and nothing has happened. So, well, I mean, other than the occasional itinerant spider coming along and so on, but other than that, nothing has happened. Nothing has spawned in the prototype trap. So, I'm going to go back up there, and I'm going to tear the thing down and rebuild it at Y120. And we'll see if we get any spawns there, which, honestly, I think we probably should. So, let's see. Top off my cobble. Alright. I'm going to go up there, tear that thing down, and rebuild it at Y120, and we'll see what happens. Well, I guess it was a good thing I had shift on. Oops. Well, so much for having had shift on. Oh well. Occupational hazard. When building something way up high like that, almost guaranteed to fall off of it at least once. That was my once. At least that's what I want to tell myself. Alright. At least it'll be easy to find everything in the desert. Yes, here we are. Okay, bones, arrows, good. All of my junk. Okay, I think that's about everything. Let's rearrange things a little bit. And then pillar back up and get this situation fixed. Okay, I guess I'll have to just run down to the bottom to pick up these things, the pistons in particular. But that won't be a problem. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish tearing this thing apart and head down to the bottom to pick up the stuff that dropped, and then we'll get to Y120 and rebuild it. Alright, that's just about everything, I think. Okay, now I'm going back up and I'm headed for Y120, and we'll rebuild this thing there and Let's see if it works there below 128. Okay. Why 120? All right. Okay. Pistons. Oops, wait a minute. No, no, no. They have to be up on blocks. So a row of blocks. All right. All right. Repeaters. Okay, let's get the back wall on the other side built before I go putting down pressure plates. Okay. Okay. Now I screwed that up. All right. This row needs to be back here. Okay. Okay. And I realize this is probably a little on the dark side, but then again, I may cut a bunch of this out. Okay, I appear to be short one repeater, so that'll be an easy fix. All right. What I got to do now is put a roof on this thing and put down the pressure plates and back out of here and see what happens. Okay, ready to go here. Drop down some pressure plates and we're done. Turn the lights out. Broke the wrong block. That's what I get for not double checking to make sure I was on top of the pillar before I broke it. Oh boy. Oh well. Maybe I ought to leave that pillar up there and just, assuming things work, put a ladder going up the side of it for maintenance access and for being able to build additional levels if it turns out to work. Okay. Okay, I believe this is everything. No, actually there is one more thing. If I zoom in up there. Yeah, that sidewall is still open. Alright. I have to go back up and close that. Otherwise there will be too much light in there for anything to spawn. Oh, you're kidding me. Alright, what else have I got? Alright, fine, I'll use wood. Alright, now I'm just going to pillar down one side of this and see what we get for results. Okay. Here we are. Trap at Y120. That should be low enough for mobs to spawn up there. So we'll see what happens. Okay, it's occurred to me that I'm making a classic mistake with mob systems, and that is this area around here has not hardly been lit up at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop back down into the mine and pick up a few stacks of coal and chop down some more trees, and I'm going to make a royal crap load of torches, and I'm going to get this place lit up. I'm not thrilled about the idea of having 80 zillion torches all over the desert here, but it's necessary to make the trap work, to eliminate spawning possibility anywhere else. A very basic tenet of trap building. And I had actually forgotten that. For shame. So, I'm off to make a royal buttload of torches and pretty much spam the entire desert and half the mountain with them. And I'll catch up with you in a bit. This is going to take me a while. If I can get through the door. So, here I am, minding my own business, lighting up the area, when I run across a spider dungeon right here on the surface. So, that's cool. Oh crap, now I gotta put my torch back up. Well, at least they can't come out after me. Ooh, let's do something about the food. I didn't realize that was down so low. Let's see, I got a couple of apples in here. Okay, guys, let's get this finished. Okay, a few more torches. Alright, what do we got here? Cocoa beans, gunpowder, a music disc, okay. Mostly useful stuff. In fact, actually, I ought to go ahead and collect the chests. The saddles I don't want, so I'm just going to arrange to leave them, throw them in the water or something here. Okay. Alright, I'll leave this lit up and return to it another time. Alright. And now back to lighting up the rest of this area around here. Well, how's this for a turn of events? I was coming along here placing torches, and I got jumped by a skeleton, and as I was evading him, I got over here, he killed me, and just after he killed me, a creeper exploded in my face, and he destroyed just about everything I had. So now, after having done the best I could, oh, wait a minute, here's a few things. Okay. I thought it all got lost. I forgot how far some of this stuff can fly when an explosion happens. Alright, so I got my shovel back. Whoop-de-doo. Several stacks of torches are also gone. And, of course, the diamond pick. Not a big problem, because I can replace them. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that now and get back to my torch planting. Obviously, I need to do a lot more of it. Alright, just thought I'd check in here. I have been quite busy. As you can see, I've got a lot of this desert area lit up. And over this way, even more. And actually, there's a lot more than what you can see right now, because there is, you know, we're right at the edge of the render distance here. And I come up here at night so that I can look at what's lit up and what isn't, and get an idea where I need to light up next. I have so far put down about, I think, 12 or 13 stacks of torches. I'm not certain because I've lost count. I've used so many. And my next torch run is going to have to be up on this area over here to get it lit up. And maybe more on the side of this hill over here as well. And also, I've been cooking up a bunch of smooth stone so that I can make another stack of repeaters and make several more levels of this going downward, and maybe one or two more going upward, as long as I can stay below level 128. Because apparently mobs are not spawning above level 128, at least not that I've been able to determine. So I'm going to hang out up here for a little while, and then I'm going to head back up to the house and make sure there's enough spoolstone going, cooking up. Pick up another 4 or 5 stacks of torches and get out there and get that area lit up. And then what I'm going to do is just come down here below this thing and build another floor, and just build several more floors all the way down. As long as, well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do this now. What I need to do is mark a position on this cobblestone pillar where the 24 block height above the desert floor is. And the reason for that is that I want these guys to be falling 24 blocks so that they die on impact. This is not an experienced farm. This is just an item farm. So I want to make sure that these guys die on impact. And by falling 24 blocks, they will. Alright, I'm just going to mark this with wooden planks. Okay, well. Yeah, I know, I used a pickaxe to cut wood. Alright. Alright. That is the... Whoa. I just had an Enderman drop out of that thing. Alright. Let's see if he dropped a pearl. And, of course, Mr. Skeleton. Alright. Well, at the very least, that proves that the thing is working. And now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and... yeah, I'm going to have to get another 4 or 5 stacks of torches going and get that area up there lit up. And then, come daylight, start building more floors as soon as I have enough pistons and wet redstone repeaters. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and get busy on that, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. All right. It has been a very busy couple or 3 hours here. In all this time, I have placed a grand total of, I think, 18 or 19 stacks of torches. I've actually lost track, but I know it's at least 18 stacks just around here on the surface surrounding this trap. And I think that while it is visibly obvious there's a lot more area that needs to be covered, I think this is enough for now. At least it's the limit of torch placing I want to do right now. I have been creepered no less than 8 or 9 times. Let's see. Well, I do believe at least 3 or 4 times death by skeleton, and then another 3 or 4 times death by falling off of things. Really special, I tell you. Alright. I'll be getting stuff picked up here in a bit. Start off with a stack of pistons. I am going to expand that trap. Alright, let's see. I'm going to need a royal buttload of redstone torches. And actually I'm going to need more than that. Let's see. I need a lot of repeaters, you see. Alright, let's see. Let's grab some more sticks here. Alright. That ought to be good. Get me a stack and a half of repeaters. Plenty of smooth stone cooked up here. There's a stack of repeaters. And another half a stack that I already made up. Let's see. I need to sticky these pistons. And I need to make a few more of them too. Okay, that ought to be enough pistons. Alright, sticky these things. And I had to go down there and spend a bunch of time down in the mine, down in the slime area, the slime farm set up, getting fresh slime because I lost a whole bunch of it in one of those events that I got creepered. I was blown up and then a creeper blew up again, another one right next to me, and destroyed a lot of my stuff. Okay, I got sticky pistons, I got repeaters. Okay, let's go ahead and put the axe away. I don't need it anymore for a while. Piston, let's iron up. Let's see, hang on to the wood. As a matter of fact, go ahead and make up a bunch of pressure plates. A bunch more than that. Okay, that's not going to be enough by half. I'm going to have to get that axe out and go chop some more wood. I thought I was done with that. I guess I'm not. Okay, I'm going to sleep till day and go chop another stack of wood, and then we'll get expanding this thing.